All right, y'all, what's up? It is April 25th, 2023, Tuesday. So I just got finished doing another little side gig, I say, where I was helping this woman move some stuff in. I don't know, she asked for some help, and I said, well, it's not that strenuous. It's not physically straining. It is kind of like mentally taxing, but it's all right for the most part. And as I'm like trying to help her and being patient with her, she's a bit, frantic. You know, as I'm trying to be accommodating and whatnot. The V2K, they're basically running off at the mouth all the time, basically trying to put all types of fears and doubts and, telling me, oh, the streets is going to do this, oh, the streets. And I'm just like, aren't people tired of living in this constant state of, like, fear and I don't know, like, I feel like, am I the only one that's sick and tired of hearing this shit? Like, and it's like, what? You gonna kill me because I'm speaking the truth? I'm sure everybody don't like walking around feeling like they gotta be ready to do something to somebody. I'm pretty sure everybody don't feel. Some people actually just want to wake up and just be like, it feels good just to wake up and not think about somebody about to do something to me. So, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just out here just living my honest life, really. I'm not doing anything wrong to nobody. But they basically got a fear monger because, without fear, they have no power. And of course, if people have something to fear, then they give away their power to the person that's creating the fear. Anyway, I'm going to do whatever I can to just continue being the best version of me that I know I can, regardless of how they try to character assassinate me. And on top of that, it's interesting because now that I have a much better understanding on how they're working their synthetic telepathy. Yes, synthetic telepathy, because it's not natural how they're doing it. They're basically operating on different ranges of electronic frequencies. It's not like they're naturally doing these things. They're basically tuned and operating on different frequencies, or on like a set frequency or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But all I know is how they're doing it is not necessarily like, it's not natural. It's not natural. They're not, none of them are superhuman or anything like that. They basically just have electronic devices that's helping their senses or enhancing their senses. Nothing about them is actually enhanced. It's a device that's basically enhancing their senses or enhancing their overall spectrum availability, I guess. And then they're like, oh, obviously he don't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. But obviously I must be, because the more I keep talking, the more and more people basically show their cards and they show me exactly who they are. Because I love how, like, every day when I'm walking, I don't even have to be thinking about nothing. I just notice people looking, this person staring, this person looking, and it don't be like that quick glance where, like, oh, somebody got on some nice clothes and you just kind of glance at. No, it'd be that glance where they seem like they're reading you. And you gotta remember, like this is why I tell people, pay attention to some of these movies, because they're slick like that. They put a lot of the things that's supposed to be science fiction, they put it into movies to make you think is not yet real yet. That's the conditioning. The conditioning is to get you to want it. The conditioning is to get you to feel like you need this in your life. Those of you who aren't already augmented, they are putting these things in science fiction films to get you to want it. So then when it finally does come out, at least be released to the public and not the secret society, then it's kind of like, oh, this is so cool. But by the time you all gotten, or by the time the rest of the public have gotten to where they're at, they already moved on to some other version of technology or whatever the case may be. Anyway, yeah, besides that, I'm cool for now. Like I told y'all before, I was dealing with, some food poisoning. And I'm pretty sure it had to be food poisoning because I was doing just fine for most of Sunday until I went to this restaurant that I normally go to, and I get the same normal routine food. Like I get a roti, I doubt any of y'all know what a roti is, but you can look it up. But I get a roti, but for whatever reason I had got a chicken roti, and it's funny because this was the first time I got sick from there, and I was just like, yo, this is wild. And what's even more interesting is because as I got sick, right, it didn't like I don't know. I guess maybe maybe the poisoning of the food poisoning itself weakened my whole entire aura. So whenever they started to beam me into my chest, that beam that was going through my chest cavity or my thoracic cavity, it felt more intense for whatever reason. And I think it felt more intense because of the food that made me sick. Because if you're sick, your whole defenses are down. So I think it was just hurting more because I was sick from the food. Anyway, yeah, I told her I was going to come back and try to see if I could help her some more. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I'm just being me. I don't care about none of this targeting and stuff. All I'm trying to do is expose it so then everybody can have a fair shot at life in general. And it's like, you would think that the normal stuff that they basically divide and oppress people with was bad enough. Then to realize it's an actual technological advancement that these people are actually getting, it's like, oh, come on, God. You need to just go ahead and just clean the whole slate of humanity. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. I'm going home. Peace.